boys from the Rainbow Nation are all set to go, and that is the rivalry there. Look at that, the South African support and the Sri Lankan support hand in hand in the Cox's Road stand. It's going to be a dynamic points table that's going to keep changing. We've seen Pakistan register a victory, so they've got 4 out of 4. But how about Hong Kong? They've sneaked into 4th place with that victory there. The Kiwi is still hanging in there on 4 points. So it's going to be exciting to see if anyone can nudge into the cup and anyone else can be pushed into the plate. Sri Lanka winning the toss, deciding to bat first. Parvez Maharouf had no hesitation, wanting to put a big score on the board. He's seen the trend today, it's been 100 plus scores. Hong Kong have put it on, Pakistan have put one on. And Sri Lanka have just eased their way into this tournament. Their first match they almost didn't turn up. Now suddenly they look like a team in contention. Sri Lanka batting first. Trying to go a little too hard that very first ball. Disappointed in their lineup that they've left out Tilakratne Sampath, the brother of Tilakratne Dilshan. I was so looking forward to a few scoops from him. Not been in the best of form yesterday, unlike these two gentlemen. Rajapakse has played so well yesterday, as is Angelo Pereira. Just like that. Very close to their supporters, I think almost into their hands. Nice way to start. Virgin Atlantic keeps flying high, 248.
Just glorious. Picks it up. Very nonchalant there by the batsman.
Perfect word to describe that, nonchalant. We've seen a few Sri Lankan cricketers over the years who time the ball well. They don't really look as if they're hitting it too hard. Ball's disappeared. Just like that, that's a repeat. That wasn't the previous delivery, that's a new one.
Yes, and again, a towering 6 over deep square leg. Yet again. Rajapakse carrying on from where he left off yesterday. Wow.
Is that, oh my God, that's another outstanding catch. That is absolutely fantastic. I asked Aubrey Swanepoel at the toss about their fielding, and he said when we put the green and gold on, it's just something that comes naturally, and he's done it again.
That's pretty incredible. That is a special catch. Just have a look at the fielder there. Keeps his eye all the way onto the ball, and the captain leading by example.
And the reaction exactly the same as the spectacular catch he took yesterday. He takes it, just passes it to his fielder as if they're just fielding in tandem. But no, he's taken a catch. No real celebration, no exuberance. Just to say that that's what we do in our sleep. We're good fielders. Jeevan Mendes walks in. 2 men on naught now. Rajapakse started well, but he's gone. What was that from Angelo Pereira?
Wow, smart bit of footwork. That's just being innovative by Angelo Pereira. Doesn't try to overhit it. Let's have a look here. Watches it onto the bat. Knows exactly where he wants to hit it.
Just a little dink, a bunt. Gotta find new words to describe some of these shots. This time it's more traditional. Walks down, shimmies down. Big shot for 6 to finish. A big over for Sri Lanka. 25 runs, 3 maximums, bringing up the tally for Virgin Atlantic to 250.
That's just pure power. Let's have a look. Bang! See ya.
Oh wait, that tells a story. We finished off last night having just crossed the 200 mark. And we've just about started this morning. We're at 250. Cornet Droy. Big man. He's had a mixed bag. He started off well and went for a few in the next game. Jeevan Mendes on strike for the first time. You've been saying that so often, you don't really need to hit the ball so hard. Rajapaksa was a great example. He just 2 flicks off the hip. They were into the stands.
Good ball.
Droy not impressed. But yes, very much outside the white line. Just has a quiet chat with the umpire. Good comeback from South Africa. First the wicket and then these two. Excellent delivery. Excellent delivery.
Yeah, Pereira trying to put the pressure back onto the bowler. Trying to be that much more innovative.
Has Mendes learned his lesson? He went so hard at the first ball. And he does it again. It's a no ball. Possibly height from the rules of the game, he says, Cornet Droy as he walks back. And that very unique Afrikaans accent. He won't be happy.
Dear, oh dear. The keeper having a bit of a nightmare there with the bounce. Looks like a slower ball and it just there dies on him. I don't think Cornet Droy would be too impressed with that bit of footwork by the keeper.
Now after all that drama, we're only halfway through this over. Just the 3 deliveries. It's been an excellent over so far. Can the second half be as good? South Africa need to come back. Sri Lanka have started well. Oh, he's not happy. He's not happy. That was very, very close. Couldn't see it.
Well, I'm not sure what's happened here. Swanepoel, the captain, in my view, probably the best fielder in the tournament, has probably dropped a sitter by his standards.
That's been guided into the keeper's hands. That was easier said than done. Angelo Pereira, it's almost catching practice. We see it in the morning. Either a member of the coaching staff or one of the batters just goes out there and eases it to the slips and to the keepers. It's exactly like that. Here you go.
Yeah, a remarkable shot by Pereira. I'm guessing he was trying to get the ball down to third man, but just only managing it to guide the ball straight into the keeper's gloves. Anyway, he's gone. And we've got Andy Solomons striding to the wicket.
Yeah, Andy Solomons has taken the place of Tirakratne Sampat in this team. A little grumpy this morning is Cornet Droy. Gave his captain a earful, and you can be sure if Swanepoel drops a catch, there's got to be a good reason for it. He just didn't pick it up. Straight into the hospitality area. There's a couple of glasses and plates that have gone flying. And a mixed bag for Droy. Got the wicket. Fortunate with the byes, the wides, the no ball, and a boundary to finish with.
Just typical fast bowler, they're always miserable. Never happy. There you go, we get the captain. Looks like the captain's into the attack. Little bit of spin. Again, I wonder, I would like to see the keeper up to the stumps, which will make sure the batsman stays back in his crease.
Well, he does go back in his crease. Jeevan Mendes doesn't get too much out of that, just a single. Interesting bowler, Swanepoel. We saw him bowl a bouncer against the MCC with his leg spin. Knocked the batsman on the helmet.
Yeah, that was Samit Patel, and he caught him off guard. I spoke to Samit about that yesterday and said, I just didn't expect it.
That was aimed at the Hublot sign. It's in the safe hands of the fielder. And Aubrey Swanepoel picks up a wicket. Sri Lanka lose their second, starting to lose their way. Solomons goes. He's the replacement for Tilakratne Sampath, and he doesn't fire. 6 of 2. When's the captain coming in?
Yes, that's the end of Solomon's. Should have done better than that. It was a full bunger. Managed to slice it straight into the hands of deep mid-off fielder. Perhaps you're right, Gautam. He was trying to hit the Hublot sign, but didn't quite get enough of it. Looks like we've got Remit Rambukwala to the crease now. Big, strong left-hander.
Yeah, he's quite a character, Ramit Rambukwala. Son of a member of parliament in Sri Lanka. And yes, Parliament will be happy with that shot.
That was, yeah, googly. I'm not sure if he's read that. Ball spinning away from the left-hander. Still, he manages to get 4 runs for it. That's the beauty of the Hong Kong Sixes competition.
Watch out if he connects straight. He can hit the ball far and wide. There it is, that's what he can do. Rambukwala into the stands.
Wow, a towering 6 over deep square leg with a beautiful bat swing.
Just a little remonstration to himself when he missed the next one. Seen a few changes in the batting order today. Ricky Clark pushing himself down, or being pushed down by Samit Patel. And in this case, Parvez Maharouf hasn't come into bat yet. Jeevan Mendes gets hold of it. And he's gone. Another catch. They're picking out the fielders of Sri Lanka.
Didn't get enough of it. Trying to go for the slog sweep over wide mid-on. Bit of a disappointing innings there by Jeevan Mendes. Tried to overhit the ball against a fast bowler and then holding out into the deep there. And your wish has come through. The captain has walked to the crease in Parvez Maharouf.
Interesting scenario always. We've had a lot of wickets falling, lots of mayhem, lots of chaos, but I don't believe we've had a team dismissed yet within the 5 overs. And Sri Lanka in danger of doing that.
Coming right on over.
Wow, a little bit of shape away there. Maharouf showing with his hand gesture to the non-striker that there's a little bit of swing out there. Adams been pretty impressive yesterday, I thought, especially at the death. Geez, that's a good ball in any form of the game.
That's going to be 4 to the captain, Parvez Maharouf. Yes, we've just checked. It's your boys, the MCC, who are the only team to be dismissed, but not inside the 5 overs. They were dismissed off the last ball of the 5th over. But Sri Lanka could well find themselves being the first to be dismissed inside 5 overs. They wouldn't want to do that.
White ball.
Oh, that's smart bit of fielding there off his own bowling, Adams. He's an impressive young man. Played a little bit of cricket with him when I was with my spell in Cape Town with the Cobras. Very handy cricketer.
Not a bad part of the world to play in the snake pit. Can't get prettier grounds than that, can you?
Yeah, had a wonderful experience. I had 3 years with the Cape Cobras. And yeah, that Newlands ground, especially on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, there's not too many better sights than that in world cricket.
That has not gone far, it's gone high. The wicketkeeper gets under it. He's going backwards and he makes a mess of that. He makes a total mess of it. I wonder if he was looking into the sun. I don't think he was, because the sun was behind his right shoulder.
And made an absolute meal of it. Oh dear. Adams not pleased.
Farhan Sayanwala behind the stumps. Good from Adams, Verisco Adams. What an over that's turned out to be. I reckon Sri Lanka playing it safe, having lost those 4 wickets. Now they've got to go hard in this final over.
Yes, an impressive over by Adams. Got the ball to swing back into the left-hander. That's the points table.
Yeah, Sri Lanka can win this game and go up. If South Africa win, well, they just climb higher up and stay in the top 4. So at the end of this round of games, 4 games, the top 4 go into the main cup, and the bottom 4 continue to compete in the knockout stages of the plate. Rambukwella gets 4 for the first ball of the final over. Can he launch a few big sixes? Can they get to 100?
Yeah, not very pretty by Rambukwella, but still effective. Managed to get it into the gap.
Once again in the gap, once again 4. I think Ramit Rambukwella is just trying to tee up for a big 6, not managing to make contact. The last pair at the crease, Parvez Maharouf, Rambukwella on 20.
Oh dear, oh dear. A very good bit of bowling by Nkolo. The wicketkeeper is not having the best of days. He does him with accurate bowling, but wicketkeeper, I'm afraid, was caught off guard there.
That's going to be 6. And another interesting scenario, Wes, I know we just have 2 deliveries left, but because it's the last pair at the wicket, if Rambukwella were to cross 31, he would technically retire and come back at the same time, so he wouldn't retire. He's on 26, so if he hits a 6 now, he still plays the last ball.
Well, it's exactly that, what you're saying. Sitting on 30, he'd probably be eyeing up the maximum. And he manages a single, so Sri Lanka finished their innings on 95, the loss of 4 wickets. South Africa will fancy their chances against a A total which I don't think is probably about par total on this ground.
But I think having lost the 4 wickets when they did, they'll be pleased that they actually got as close to 100 as they did. So in a sense, Sri Lanka will walk off feeling good about the last over and a half. South Africa will know that their batting is always good enough to chase that kind of score down. They're further up the table. The onus is on Sri Lanka to climb up. Good start from Rajapakse and Pereira, but once they were dismissed, that middle order of Jeevan Mendes and Solomons didn't contribute much. Rambukwela played well for the maximum 31. Parvez Maharoof just came in at the fag end of the innings. What an over we had from Perisco Adams. Absolute star.
Yeah, for me, the standout cricketer from South Africa. He's been very smart with the bowling. He bowled really well yesterday and he's continuing the same form here today.
So we're halfway through this match, which means another game beckons. Australia will play Bangladesh after this, but only after the toss of the coin, which is in the hands of Catherine. Young lady, take it away.
Yeah, we've got an interesting match coming up. It's the young guns from Bangladesh up against Australia. Bangladesh will toss. John, it's your call.
Yeah, heads.
Heads is the call. And it is heads. What would you like to do?
We're going to have another bowl.
Another bowl. Now, these guys are all under 19, so I'm not saying you're old, but you're a lot more experienced. So tell us, what do you expect from them?
Yeah, I feel pretty old today, but no, look, I mean, they were very good yesterday. They're a very enthusiastic young team, so we're going to be up against it, but hopefully we just tick a box today and hopefully get a win.
Matt Short was pretty dangerous with the bat yesterday. Who are you expecting to fire today?
Yeah, hopefully Shorty can bring that sort of hitting that we saw yesterday. That'd be awesome. Nathan Reardon's going to take the gloves today, so hopefully he can fire at the top of the order as well.
John, all the best.
Thank you.
There we have it. You're going to have to bat first, which you prefer, don't you?
Yeah, of course. We would like to bat first. As we get to bat first, we'll try to utilise it.
Yeah. Now, why have you done that? Because a few tosses, you've just elected to bat first. Is that because it's just been working for you?
Yeah, it's working for us, and it's also our strategy because our bowling side and fielding is very good. So that if we can give a good total, then we can restrict any other team.
All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
So there we have it. Australia won the toss and elected to bowl.
Yeah, that's what's coming up next. We still have a run chase here. That's the third game today on day 2. Bangladesh taking on Australia. The under-19 Bangladesh team. And a quick reminder to John Hastings, short of saying that he's old in the tooth. Kathy got away with that one. That's what Sri Lanka did. Lovely shots to start with from Rajapaksa. 2 maximums. Beautiful timing. But then just in the middle things went wrong for Sri Lanka. That started with that magnificent catch from Aubrey Swanepoel. Their fielding has been outstanding even though they dropped a couple of catches today. Still been very good, South Africa. That's the one Swanepoel dropped. Just a stutter in the middle from Sri Lanka. They finished off well. Rambukwela, the left-hander, in the company of his captain, just ensured that Sri Lanka would sneak up close to the 3-figure mark. That was his 6th of the very last over, bowled by Jerry and Kolo. South African batsman out there, that's the man. Bowled the last over. Jerry and Kolo will be opening.
For South Africa in their chase, number 96, number 6, Farhan Sayambala.
Keeping him company will be the other man who dropped a catch, Farhan Sayambala, the wicketkeeper. Ramit Rambukwela from the far end will open the bowling. 95 to defend.
They started off their account with a boundary swatted away. Let's have a look at, yeah, just flat bats it.
White ball.
That's very wide. even if it wasn't the sixes, any form of the game. Sri Lanka will need to keep their discipline if they want to defend 95. South Africa's wicketkeeper, Sanbala, on strike now. Seen some massive hits from him in the tournament so far.
Yes, he hit some monsters yesterday, didn't he? He's just very powerful.
Just like that. Just like that. The fielder thought he was interested for a second. Then he realized it's Sanbala and is sailing over. Virgin Atlantic 255.
Yeah, exactly what we said. Yes, from taking off, carried on for yesterday. He just sets himself up just as the bowler's about to bowl.
First bounce there. I have to tell you, Oves, just after the toss, Swanepoel was again clarifying that the Hublot signs are very much in play and that they do in fact get 12 runs. So something tells me they're going to be eyeing that. Oh, watch out, scorers. They're not going to give you runs if you knock them out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, smartly played there by Nkolo. Recognises there's a huge gap down the fine leg. Just has to help it on its way.
Unless he feels that an official scorer with a concussion will just add a few more runs inadvertently.
Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking, mate.
Right ball.
Yeah, Sri Lanka have got to be very careful here. They've got to be disciplined if they're going to have any chance of defending that total of 90 odd.
All well in the scorer's tent. Two very distinct styles, Nkolo and Sanbala. Nkolo likes to slog and swat the ball. Sanbala much more correct, much straighter. And a long over finishes for Amit Rambukwela. Seen some big hits, but there's some massive skyscrapers that surround the Kowloon Cricket Club. See them all over Hong Kong, in fact. Often nicknamed the Vertical City. In fact, if you go to the center of the city, we're in Kowloon, which is just across the bay. In Hong Kong proper, many of the buildings are actually connected from the top. So you don't actually have to come all the way down. You can move from almost 4 or 5 buildings, one to another, from the top. It's almost like a street in the air. Yeah, that's going to go into one of those buildings.
It's a remarkable shot. It was right in the arc, as they say. I'm sure Nkolo will be happy if Maharouf can bowl a few more of those.
He hit that so hard, he was just checking after that if the handle and the bat were still joined.
Yeah, smart bit of bowling there by Maharouf, following that ball up with a cutter. He always rolls his hands over the ball, gets the ball to hold into the wicket.
Another good ball. He's done that so often for Sri Lanka in his international career. Wily old fox, Parvez Maharouf.
He gets it nice and full into the block hole.
Oh, that's up in the air, but that's going to fall safe again. First bounce, fielder makes a bit of a mess. It's going to be just another extra run conceded, and Maharouf not happy. Gets away with just 2. They need a good over here from the captain to make up for Rambukwela's 21-run first over.
There's a captain recognising that they have to be disciplined, and that did not best please the skipper. The fielding has to be on point if they have any chance of progressing towards that win they really need in this comp.
That's well placed. That's well placed there. Didn't really try to do too much there, Sayanwala. Just in the gap and picked up maximum.
But that was just pure timing. Gets himself in a strong position, just check drives it. That wouldn't have gone any higher than 5 feet off the ground.
That's gone very, very high. Two contrasting sixes for Farhan Sayanwala. And the end of the over went a little pear-shaped for Parvez Maroof, and an identical over to that of Rambukwela. 21 from the first 2 overs, making it 42.
Yeah, South Africa looking pretty strong there. Got the media covering the competition. Hard at work, taking in the surroundings.
Yeah, lots of long lenses out there. Ashwell Prince looking on. The photographers almost got taken out yesterday, so they're going to keep a close eye out, not just on the photographs, but for their own health. That's another maximum. It's a slow, loopy delivery from Angelo Pereira, helped along by Jerry and Kolo.
Yeah, that was a smart shot there by Nkolo. Gets down on his knees and bang! Gets enough of it to make sure it goes all the way.
Well done, Parvez.
Right ball.
Oh, bit of respect from Pereira. Come on, sir, he says.
I think Pereira's pleased with that. And I can see why. He felt that the batsman walked right across his stumps to the offside. And the ball shouldn't really been given a wide.
The initial movement, he was going for the Hublot, gets a boundary. Yeah, I guess that was a bit of a harsh call for a wide there, because he saw the batsman move, he pushed it wider. You're not supposed to bowl it in his arc, are you? Doing this easily so far. South Africa haven't lost a wicket yet. That was well within his reach.
Wow, a towering six over wide mid-on. Just nearly got the Hublot sign. 260th Virgin Atlantic 6.
How close was that? I think that's the closest we've had in the tournament so far. Oh, just to the left of the sign there. And I know they're conscious of it. They asked about it just before this match. Only 6. Only 6, we say. 69 at the end of 3. 3 massive overs as one of the batsmen has to retire, Sayanwala.
That was a smart shot, nearly getting the Hublot sign. He really, really waits for it and then follows up with another 6. Hit 5 sixes in his 33, so he's had to retire.
So if Sri Lanka were to go on to win this, and they don't look favourites right now, they jump to 4 points, and Hong Kong come down to 5th place. Keep an eye on the net run rate there as well. Bangladesh are playing next, their chance to get to 6 points. Australia only on 2. Big game for Australia coming up against Bangladesh to try and sneak to 4 points. We could have a whole host of teams on 4 by the time we're finished. So net run rate will be very, very important. That's going to just crawl to the boundary from Jerian Kolo, and he simply has to walk back after having got his score in excess of 31. Purne Troy will walk out.
Yes, a very smart innings there by Jerian Kolo. 34, just only 13 balls. So South Africa are ramping home. Equation now is 23 runs required of just 10 balls.
They look favourites to win, and if they do go on to win, I think the equations will be very simple for numbers 1 and 2. Pakistan right on top, South Africa will be second, and everyone else will be playing catch up to see who gets into that cup in third and fourth. This could be a possible wicket if the wicketkeeper makes his way around. He does. Smartly done. And Adams falls first ball. He's done some damage in this tournament so far, but not today. Could there still be a sniff for Sri Lanka? Rajapakse takes the catch. First bowler for Farisco Adams. Every day is not Sunday, mate. No, today is Sunday. Take that back.
Yeah, it's the end of Adams. Shame really, because I think he's a promising cricketer. And in walks the captain, Aubrey Swanepoel.
I reckon he had left it the rest of his batsmen. He was just relaxing, having a chat with his coach. And he has to come on and finish the job. That is high. The bowler gets under it. 2 wickets and 2 balls. Solomon's on a hat-trick.
Well, it's interesting tactics here by South Africa. They didn't need to go for the big hits as yet. They timed the ball away. There are plenty of gaps. If you pick up 4s, even if you take 20 runs off the last over, still weighted heavily in the batsman's favour.
The captain on strike to try and prevent the first hat-trick of the 2017 Hong Kong Sixers. Here we go. That's been hit high, but it eludes the fielder for 4. Still been an excellent over from Solomon's. 2 for 9. What an over. Game on.
Yeah, smartly played that by the captain, recognising the deep mid-on fielder was a little bit wider. Just manages to get the full face of the bat. Beats it with that little bit of power.
Look at the equation. Ashwell Prince. Not sure you can make out the emotions behind those sunglasses, but I think he might be just a little bit worried, because they looked as if they were walking to this victory. And now 18 of 6 with Jeevan Mendes bowling.
Yes, Jeevan Mendes. Don't think he had the best of days with the ball yesterday, so I still think South Africa will fancy their chances of winning this game. And not to forget, they've still got 2 guys back at the hut who retired, so it'll be all encouraging signs that Sayur Bokwe needs to be swinging hard.
That's going to be 4 of them. 14 of 5. That's an equation that always favours the batting side in this format of the game. In fact, 14 of 5 really favours you if you've got wickets in hand in any format of the game. They need a wicket here. That's not good. That is short from Jeevan Mendes. That's been dispatched. All the build-up we had to this final over.
Well, that will put a smile on Ashwell Prince's face. A long up here by Jeevan Mendes.
He's just giving it away. Look at Swanepoel. He was a little worried, I think, at the start of the over. But now they've put it beyond doubt. And that's it. Yes, boy. And Ashwell Prince, congratulations all around. South Africa stay in second place with that victory. They've been very, very good in this tournament so far. And other than those 2 wickets and 2 balls in the 4th over of their run chase, Just a little hiccup. But they finished it with a few balls to spare in South Africa.
You can hear the players celebrating. You can see what it means to them. It might be the Hong Kong Sixers, but I tell you, when you're playing for your country, you want to make sure you come out on top. Very happy, the South Africans.
Yeah, they needed 18 of the final over, so the bowling side still had a shout, a sniff, but Sebokwe put it beyond doubt. 18 of 4 deliveries, that's all he needed to finish the game. Shwanepal, the one boundary of the penultimate over. And Kolo and Sanwala played beautifully, set up the platform, which Adams and Corne Dry didn't take advantage of. But no damage done. South Africa through. They will get into second place just behind Pakistan. Solomon's 2 for 9, but after those 3 big overs, they were never going to be able to defend 95. South Africa winning by 4 wickets. Sri Lanka winning the toss, deciding to bat first. 95 for 4. It's never really looking like going to be enough, and it wasn't. It was Sebokwe who hit the winning runs. He's been one of the stars for South Africa today, and he's down pitch side. Pads on with Kathy.
Stitch, great win by South Africa. You boys seem pretty pleased with that one.
Yes, we're pretty pleased. We really wanted to get into the finals, and we've done it. It was a good bowling effort from the guys, and we topped it off with the bat.
Pretty good efforts out in the field, especially from your captain.
Yes, he bowled really well. Backed up by some great fielding. That's what we aspire ourselves in, great fielding.
And what about yourself? Been enjoying it here in Hong Kong?
Yeah, lovely place to be here, especially when it's Halloween night. But it was really awesome trip here.
And what have you made of Kowloon Cricket Club?
Oh, beautiful ground. I've never been here before. It looks very nice. Good.
And what do you think you guys will be hoping to really improve on next game?
Next game, we just want to cut out on the wides and the extras. I think they cost us because it's 2 runs a wide and a no ball. So we really want to cut out on that, and then hopefully it goes our way.
Now I have to ask you before, I'm not sure if our cameras caught it, but you're a bit of a different warm-up routine today. You guys were having a bit of a dance.
Oh, that was boost from last night. Jerry was just showing us what he was doing last night. Nothing much.
It must have worked though. Will we see it again?
Maybe, you never know.
But good luck for the rest of the day.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Lovely stuff, Kathy, there. Well, I think Sebokwe giving his hand away a little bit. We know where the South Africans were last night. They were celebrating Halloween, but today it was a horror story for Sri Lanka as they romped home in style, chasing the 96 runs with some big hits. Yes, a bit of a stutter in the middle, but they just put the masks on and finished it off in the end. Well done, Somila Sebokwe. Well done, Aubrey Shwanepal and the South Africans, who are now virtually through to the semi-finals of the main cup. But they're going to be in second place, Pakistan in first. Lots of teams still playing to see who's going to be in third and fourth, and who they're going to push down into the plate. Australia-Bangladesh will be one key contest to try and determine that. But it was the South Africans, the proud men from the Rainbow Nation in green and gold, who finished things off there. The winning runs from Somila Sebokwe.